Hey, gang, it's me, Dr. Steve. And if you could believe it, we're still reeling from the disastrous consequences of those draconian lockdowns that basically shut down the world economy. I was just reading a report from Germany, which perhaps more than any other nation enforced lockdowns, mask mandates, vaccine mandates, you name it. They've now officially entered a recession. They literally still have yet to recover from all this madness. The good news is that here at home, we have a number of patriot experts out there who are showing us how to recoup some of the losses we endured during the Biden lockdowns. And so I'm joined today by my good friend Josh Zaglowski from ERC Specialists. Josh and his team have helped thousands of Turley talkers and patriot business owners take advantage of an amazing resource called the Employee Retention Credit. When I first heard about it, I couldn't even believe something like that had existed. It's going to absolutely amaze you. It's a once in a lifetime resource to help owners recoup losses and revive businesses. And Josh is here to show you how you can do the same. So Josh, welcome back, my friend. Great to see you again.
Yeah, great to see you, my friend.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's good to come back. Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, well, you've been on the channel several times, but for our new subscribers or viewers who have missed it, tell us about this employee retention credit. It was amazing when I first heard about it. Every time I hear about it, I'm still blown away by it. What is this
Yeah,
ERC?
yeah. So I always like to quickly kind of give the 1 minute version of how it even started because my background is I'm a serial entrepreneur, but mostly a commercial real estate investor. And in 2019, I bought into an oil business in Wyoming. I'm out of Utah. And that oil business through the pandemic was basically shut down. I mean, there was even a newspaper article that says it hasn't happened in 83 years that every single well in the state of Wyoming is plugged. And so what I was trying to do as a minority owner of that business is just trying to find extra money, pandemic COVID relief money. We did PPP.
Right.
And then in fast forward in 21, President Biden amended the CARES Act, and in 2020 is when, majority of people were rushing to the banks to go get PPP money, and banks were compensated for that. They were the ones that were broken the PPP money for the SBA department. So with that, there was another program at the exact same time as PPP called ERC, stands for Employee Retention Credit, but you could not get both. Well, in 21, what President Biden did is he amended it and called it the American Rescue Plan Act under the CARES Act and said, hey, if you got PPP, you can now get ERC. And then through 2021, I mean, just fast forward here, it was amended a few different times, and it just made it a little bit easier, a little bit easier, a little bit easier for business owners to claim this credit, where PPP was a loan that was forgiven later, and you had to specify what you're using the money for in order to be forgiven, where ERC is forgiven the day you get it.
Wow.
And you can use it for whatever you want in your business. This is up to $26,000 per W-2 employee.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. Now, you mentioned that it's been amended a few times. Has it changed since the last time we spoke?
Not the last time we talked, but I'll tell, and it's probably good that I talk about this because I'm sure a lot of people may have looked at this, maybe even in 2021, thinking like, oh, I don't qualify. This is not a program I'll qualify for. But you're probably right at that time. But now, because as late as December of 21, it was amended. So before you used to, I'll just kind of go over the qualifications now is you have to have under 500 employees, W-2. The next question is, did you have a 20% revenue loss comparing your 19 quarters to your 21 quarters? Or were you ever shut down partial or full based on a government mandate? Or did you have a supply chain disruption in those 6 quarters in 2020 and 2021? And with that, that's what helps people qualify because they were shut down. Now, a lot of people sometimes look at all 6 or nothing. I always tell people is like, sometimes don't look at it that way. You may have qualified 1 out of 6 quarters. You might as well get that relief that
Right.
that you deserve. Don't go into it saying, "Oh, I don't qualify because I didn't have a problem during that time." it's hard. I mean, even Forbes did an article that says up to 80% of companies actually qualify for this under 500 employees, yet 7 out of 10 don't even know about it.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing about this one. I heard how many billions of what are we talking about in terms of the pool of our money? This is our tax money, of course, that people are getting back here. How much are we talking is in this pot of the ERC credit?
Yeah, so they've estimated. So, like in PPP, there was a cap of 500 billion. They've estimated that based on qualifications with companies in the country, $400 billion will be used for ERC, and they just surpassed a quarter of that. Just recently. So there's still a lot of people, companies that just don't fully think they qualify, or they just don't know about it. And so far, we've helped 55,000 companies
Yeah.
nationally with this. And so we have a very automated system. I mean, obviously, a lot of our Turley talkers, helping people out all across the country has been great to hear their testimonials and what their experiences have been with the program, and getting stuff back from the IRS.
It is. It's incredible. And again, we're here to help anybody out there to just make their lives better and to access these kinds of once in a lifetime resources here. Who's eligible to take advantage of the ERC credit?
Yeah, I mean, the eligibility kind of goes along with those questions. Do you have 500 employees or less, W-2? The next question is did you have one of those three options? Did you have a disruption with your supplies? Did you have a government partial or full shutdown? Or did you have a 20% revenue loss in your business comparing your 21 and your 19 quarters?
Right. Right. And then what do you do? Josh, explain to our viewers what you do to help them through this process.
Yeah, so it's a tax overpayment, not a tax credit. A lot of people think that it's am I just going to get credited to my taxes next year? No, it's an overpayment of what you paid on your payroll, and that's how I kind of somewhat discovered this program, is because I was trying to find someone to help me. I reached out to my CPA, which is a pretty prominent CPA nationally, and he basically told me, hey, what you'll find out is I would say 90% of CPAs won't do this, because we like to concentrate on your 1040s and your 1120 returns. This is amending your 941s. You should talk to a payroll company because this is quarterly payroll. Well, I reached out to ADP and Gusto, two national companies, and they both said at the time, hey, we don't amend returns. We just do active payroll. Oh, well, who can help me? Well, probably just a third party. Well, I kind of talked to a couple of third parties and then said, hey, kind of the who, not how book that came out about 2-3 years ago, I took that mentality and said, I need to get the right who's and make maybe a business out of this. And so then at that time, we went from 6 partners to now 250 employees.
Wow.
And our main purpose is to help people and go through that process. And that's what's kind of made us different from the competition, is we've made it very automated and easier for business owners to go through the questions, answer the questions for their business, upload a couple documents, and then it takes us about 2-3 weeks to get back to them and say, hey, you're approved for $322,000.11. Do you want us to file? Because we don't charge anything up front. We only charge a percentage of what they get approved for when they get the money from the IRS. That's the one thing that's the bad part of the program, is it does take the IRS 6 months to send out the money. We wait until the money's received, and then we take 15% of that.
Yeah, and I mean, I can't even fathom the tens of millions of dollars you've gotten for Turley talkers out there. I mean, it's incredible what you've been doing, and the service is so needed, as you pointed out.
Yeah.
My staff told me that you've been endorsed by the Texas Dental Association. Is that right?
Yeah, we've been endorsed by quite a bit of associations nationally. Texas was kind of our first one on the dental side.
Yeah.
There's been other states like Oklahoma, Georgia. We've even talked to the ADA, the American Dental, which is the conglomerate, right? They didn't officially endorse us, but what they said is, hey, we're going to have one company that will allow on our platform, and they chose us over several others. And so that was actually kind of cool to hear. This actually helps other nonprofit companies too.
Right.
And so with that, we've been endorsed by the Private School Association of Hawaii,
Wow.
and that's pretty cool. And this is good for private schools because it's still a private business, not public schools, but
Right.
private, right?
Right.
And so with that, we've been endorsed by many different companies. And if you go to the Texas Dental's website, the CEO even talks about on the website, there's a video that says, hey, I use these guys. They were great. They were great to work with. I definitely endorse these guys. So it's been a great relationship, and they've been a great strategic partner, moving forward with all their dentists in the state of Texas.
Yeah, well, and you'd be this amazing resource for all of their members who are
Yeah.
who I'm assuming pay some membership dues to be able to access resources precisely like ERC and then your services there. How about for people who've already used you before and maybe they can refer other businesses to you? Do they get referral fees or anything like that?
Yeah. So we do have we call it an affiliate referral program. And so I'm sure you're going to have a link, in the chat here for people to click that. It doesn't cost anything, but you can refer people, and you can get a percentage of what we receive of the 15%. So and it's all automated. So a person gets their own link, and they send it to their friend, family member, someone that's your neighbor, that's a plumber that has 4 or 5 employees. I mean, believe me, what's funny is my best testimonials are people under 5 employees. I love those stories because, one of my favorite ones is this gal that she has a food prep business in the fitness industry. She had 3 employees, and we helped her get like about $40,000,
Yeah.
and that changed her life and
Oh,
business.
absolutely.
You know, we have helped people, that has over 100 employees, and they get 2-3 million.
Right.
I mean, yes, they love the money that helps because now they can buy more equipment or stuff with their business. But I'm telling you, the under 5 employees, I love hearing those stories.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and off for them. This is a resource. This is a gift
yeah,
that's just perfect for their lives. At this again, so many of us are still trying to recover from that crazy, insane, unprecedented period.
yeah.
So, what can viewers do right now to take advantage of this amazing opportunity, this massive multi-billion-dollar pool of money that's out there that 75% of business owners don't know is available to them? What can they do right now to start taking advantage of this opportunity?
Yeah, I'd say it's two part answer. First is if you have a business, and you haven't heard about this, or maybe you've been on the fence with it. Um, you know, the thing is if you go through our questionnaire, and by clicking the link in the chat here, you'll be able to go through, and it takes you 5 or 10 minutes to see if you qualify. And then once you upload documents, we'll come back to you, and we only get paid when you get paid. And that's the way we structured our business because
Right.
because this was so new, we were unsure, that the IRS was going to send out money. So we kind of front end loaded our own, capital as far as a business owner, knowing that and talking to a lot of tax attorneys that this was going to happen. We even have on our advisory board on our website talks about we have Matt Whitaker, the former U.S. Attorney General,
Mhm.
on our board. I'm in Utah. We have the state attorney general, Sean Reyes, on our advisory board as well.
Wow.
The main purpose of that is, they keep us ahead of the game. They are contacting high-end officials, in different government sectors that it's hard for me to get in those doors, right?
Right.
But for them, it's quite simple. So that's the one part answer is if you have a business, go through the questionnaire, and see if you qualify. Number 2 is kind of what we just talked about. If maybe you want to make a little bit of side money before Christmas, or whatever your religious background is. But click the link, and then refer people in your area. We're great friends. We're actually endorsed. Here's another endorsement by the Hispanic National Chamber of Commerce. That was just recently, about 2-3 weeks ago.
That's neat.
And so there's so many businesses that still have not gone on and done this. And the thing is, it does run out,
Right.
meaning the time frame, not the money, but the time frame. It's the first quarter of 2025. By the first part of next year in 2024, this is going to go from $26,000 per W-2 employee down to 21, down to
Wow.
15, down to 10. And so the longer you take, the longer you're going to jeopardize the amount that you could have maxed on this.
Right, right. And again, gang, what I love about what Josh does here, he really is he and his team are co-travelers with you. They go through the entire
Yeah.
process, and they only get paid when you get paid. That's the beauty
Right.
of it. It's the pot of gold at the end of the journey, as it were, that you all get to celebrate with. And man, Josh, I mean, we love to feature these parallel economy services to you guys every week. And Josh has been with us for, gosh, we're now a couple of years,
Yeah.
and we just get glowing reviews over and over and again from people who've worked with Josh and this growing team, plus 200 member team. So, gang, it's an amazing opportunity. You literally have free money out there that's just waiting for you to pick it up, and it's yours anyway. You're the taxpayer. So don't wait. Click on that link below, see if you qualify, and then Josh and his team take it from there. They're amazing. So make sure you know you're an amazing company here. We've had so many Turley talkers and courageous patriots out there that have benefited from this, and you're next. So click on that link below right now. Josh, good seeing you again. Come back soon. You're blessing more lives than you can even imagine. So keep
It's
up the
been
great work.
it has been a blessing for sure. I mean, I've loved my last 2 years doing this and helping business owners out and really turning around what a lot of us considered a really bad time in business and the economy in 2020 and 2021. And we've all been trying to turn that corner. And sometimes we go to a new city and we see like there's still like restrictions on certain things. And so it's been a blessing in disguise for sure. And I really appreciate you having me on again, Dr. Steve. And thank you, Turley Talkers, for listening. And I hope to hear from you soon.
Absolutely, gang. Click on the link below. This is a transformative opportunity, as you just heard. Great. Thanks, Josh.
Thank you. Take care.